Good afternoon, students. I'm very happy to welcome you for Zoom class. Today we are going to discuss the subunits of virus, that is Prion. Actually, Prion is a subunits of virus. It's not a bigger virus. It's a smaller size of virus particle that consists of, at the center, you can see a core material. It is in the form of ribonucleic acid, either ribonucleic acid or deoxyribonucleic acid or DNA, right? This is a structure of Prion. Actually, this Prion is a smaller virus particle that consists of the outer covering is called capsid. A capsid is nothing but it's a proteinous substances that encloses a nucleic acid material. It is in the form of RNA, either RNA or DNA. RNA means ribonucleic acid, or it is in the form of DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. Exactly, Virion is an intact and infectious virus particle that is called Virion. But Virion is not replicating. When it comes out, the host cell, simply I can say, Virion is an intact and infectious particle. That means it is able to cause disease when it is affected or when it enters into any other living system. It is able to cause disease. But if it is coming out from the host cell, those organisms in which this virus particle, when it enters into host cell, it causes disease. But if it is coming out from the host cell, it does not replicate. It will not replicate. So hence it is a non-replicating virus particle. What do you mean by non-replicating virus particle? In the virus which will not replicate by itself. If it is not replicated, that means it is not produced by its own species when it comes out from the host cell. But it can replicate when it is found inside of any other host living cell, whether plants or animal or human being or whatever it may be. If the Virion is entered into host cell, it's capable of forming new generation. I mean, new virus particles are produced. But if it is coming out from the host cell, it is not replicating, which means it's a non-replicating virus particle. So it is going to become as a non-replicating virus particle when it comes out from the host cell. So this is the nature of Virion. Actually, Virion is a particle that consists of the two main things that you can see. The green color is the capsid. The capsid is nothing but it's a proteinous substance. It is a protein molecule. A capsid is nothing but a protein. It is made of a protein that provides a specificity to the living organism. I mean, it provides a specificity, and whereas the infectivity is caused by the core material, which is found in the form of either ribbon-like structure or RNA or DNA or ribonucleic acid or DNA. This is called a core material. This core material is made up of nucleic acid that provides infectivity. Actually, infectivity can be caused by the presence of ribonucleic acid or deoxyribonucleic acid. Just I can say the material is found at the center of Prion that causes infectivity, whereas the capsid is the outer covering of the Prion. It will not cause any other infectivity, but it provides a specificity for causing of such a disease, right? This is something about Virion. Next we pass on to Viroid. The Viroid is also known as a small virus particle. It's not a bigger one. It's a smaller subunits of virus. I'm talking about the second category, that is a Viroid. This is also a smaller virus particle. It does not consist of capsid, but here capsid is absent. But the core material or DNA or RNA. So this is a viroid. Viroid is a smaller virus particle, and it does not possess capsid, but here it is a proteinous substances. It is a protein, not protein. It's a either RNA, simply I can say a single standard RNA. Single standard RNA. It's a core material that is only found in the form of circular. Actually, viroid it is in the form of circular. It is not protected by capsid. Capsid is totally absent. Whereas in Prion we discussed the outer covering is a capsid or proteinous substances in which we can see the core material, that is RNA. Here, RNA is only present without any capsid. So capsid is totally absent. Capsid is totally absent, right? But here, this viron is first discovered by Duodyna. Duodyna in the year of 1971. Duodyna was discovered viroid. Viroid is a circular shape of single-stranded RNA molecule, simply, right? It was first discovered by Duodyna, but it has a lower concentration of, its weight is very lower concentration, right? That means that the RNA, it has lower concentration of material, simply it has a lower weight. Its weight is very lower than that of other core material, right? So it is also able to cause a disease, some disease, I can say, this virus. It's not a virus, it's a virus particle. It's a viroid that encloses only RNA, single stranded RNA. Right? It is able to cause disease, some disease. In case of citrus, a citrus, exocortis disease. Exocortis. And one more thing, when we go for potato, in potato we can say potato spindle tube disease. So there are two diseases which are caused by viroid. They are citrus hexapartis and potato spindle disease. So the surface of the fruit is damaged by this type of viroid virus particle. Viroid is nothing but a smaller virus particle which is made from simply a single stranded RNA molecule. It does not possess outer covering. Envelope is not present, right? Its molecular weight is very, very lower, right? It was first discovered by Dyna in the year of 1971. The next we pass on to Virusod. The third one is Virusod. Virusoids are also virus particle. It also possesses only circular shape of core material only, but here you can see no envelope. Envelope is not present. It is the only core material, right? Only RNA is found, ribonucleic acid is found, but it is not bound by a capsid. The protein is totally absent. Virusoid, right? Now this virusoid is also similar to that of viroid. So it is also similar to that of viroid. And it possesses only RNA molecule. A ribonucleic acid is only present and it does not possess capsid. No capsid. The capsid is totally absent. What is capsid? Capsid is a proteinous substances that covers nucleic acid which is found inside. Right? Here you can see only genetic material, not any other proteinous substances. Capsid is not present. Only RNA material is found, right? And it is associated with the higher concentration of molecular weight is very high. Right? A higher concentration of molecular weight, right? So this is simply about Virusod. This Virusod, it was first discovered by Redel. It was discovered by Redel. In the year of 1981, in that Virusod, it is a similar structure of viroid which was discovered by Redel in the year of 1981. I repeat once again, Virusod talking about in shortly, Virusod it's a simply circular shape of ribonucleic acid or core material without the capsid, and it is associated with the higher concentration. The molecular weight is very high, and it was discovered by Redel. It is not a virus, but it's a smaller virus particle, right? It does not possess proteinous substances, or protein is totally absent, which means outer covering is absent. The next we pass on to Prion, a third type of virus particle. It is a Prion. Prions, they are nothing but the prions are only present. It has only proteinous substances, but absence of By the absence of nucleic acid, only capsid is present. Now this diagram represents for prion. So prion is a proteinous substances which is enclosing without nucleic acid. So no nucleic acid is present. Here nucleic acid is absent, only capsid. The capsid is nothing but it's a protein. What is it? It's a protein only. Only protein. By the absence of here, generally nucleic acid must be found at the center, but in case of prion, it is totally absent, right? So these core material or the infectivity agent is totally absent, but it's like an empty vessel, right? Without nucleic acid. Nucleic acid should be present, but in case of prion, it is not found. It is not seen. Nucleic acid is totally absent. Then what is seen there? Capsid, which means the protein. Protein is the outer covering or enveloping like structure that is only present, right? That is a prion, right? It was first discovered by Stanley B. Brusner. It was discovered by Stanley B. Brusner. In the year of 1982. So Stanley B. Brusner was a scientist who discovered prion. Actually, prion was discovered by Brusner as a capsid, as a proteinous substances, as enveloping or outer covering only was discovered by Stanley B. Brusner in the year of 1982. Right? Now, there is no presence of here. No protein, no core material. Core is totally absent. What are core? Either RNA or DNA. DNA or RNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid or ribonucleic acid is not found. It is not seen. It is not present inside the prion. But this outer covering or the capsid or these proteinous substances, it is able to cause disease. A central nervous disorder in human being. While I can say some disease, mad cow disease, mad cow disease, mad cow disease, and one more disease, scrappy disease. One more disease, scrappy. So there are two diseases caused by this prion. One is mad cow. And another is a scrappy disease, right? This mad cow disease, it is also known as CJD. Prion, it is able to cause two types of disease. I'm talking about the disease caused by prion. So let me take the first disease, that is a mad cow disease. It is also known as CJD. Shortly, I can say C stands for Creutzfeldt. Creutzfeldt. And J stands for Jacob. Jacob. And D stands for disease. So shortly it is known as CJD disease, right? CJD. Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, because this disease was first noted by the scientist Jacob, and it is known as Jacob disease. Creutzfeldt disease. What is it? Actually, it's one of the central nervous system. So simply, the disorder of central nervous system, totally the nervous system has been upset by the entry of this prion virus. Simply, I can say, when the prion virus enters into any other living organism, it is able to cause a disease. That disease, that infectivity, which is capable of simply I can say it upsets the nervous disorder. So it is in the form of a Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. So rightly I can say it causes central nervous system is a disorder. Totally needs to be collapsed. Right? It is also known as a mad cow disease, or it is also known as CJ disease, CJD, Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. And one more disease, scrap disease. The scrap disease, it is also known as a BSE. 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 B stands for bovine. S stands for spongiform. And E stands for encephalopathy. Encephalo. E stands for encephalo. Encephalopathy disease, right? So simply BSE, scurvy disease. What are the symptoms of scurvy disease? Actually, scurvy disease is seen simply in sheep, right? So the hair falling, which is continuously, hair falling is right. Hair falling is seen on the skin of sheep, right? So this is simply something called prion. And repeat it again. Prion is first discovered by Stanley Grusner, the year of 1982. It possesses one lay capsid without code or nucleic acid or DNA or RNA is totally absent. Only protein sources only. It is able to cause two types of disease: Mad disease and scurvy disease. Mad disease also known as CJD, and scurvy disease also known as BSE. Bovine spongiform encephalopathy. Sheep disease, right? Well, next we pass on to disease. Viral disease in plant, in animal, and human being. Next we pass on to disease. Viral disease. Viral diseases. First of all, this viral disease, it is classified into three. The first category is in plant. And second one in human being. In animal, second disease, animal disease, and disease in human being. The last one is a disease in human being. In plant, you can say there are so many diseases are there. Just I like to give a short way to understand easily. TCS, which are mosaic disease. The first disease, TCS, again say T. Simply, T stands for tobacco. Tobacco mosaic disease. Second one, C stands for cauliflower. Cauliflower disease. Cauliflower mosaic disease. And S stands for sugarcane. Sugarcane mosaic disease. I'm talking about mosaic disease. And fourth one, C stands for cucumber. One more category. I'm talking about viral disease in plants. Tobacco mosaic disease. Second one, cauliflower mosaic disease. And third one, sugarcane mosaic disease. And fourth one, cucumber. And next one, tomato. Tomato mosaic disease. Right? The next one, bunch top of banana. Right? Bunch top of banana. That is B. B stands for bunch top of banana. In banana, you can see the tip of the bunch top of the fruit of banana is totally affected by this virus, right? And next, wine clearing disease. Wine clearing disease, lady's finger. L stands for lady's finger. In lady's finger, you can say wine clearing disease, right? The next one, in papaya, you can say leaf curl disease. In papaya, you can say leaf curl. Leaf curl disease. In potato, roll disease. In potato, roll disease, right? So, etc. So, these are all the plant disease which are caused by virus. Sometimes, so write about the viral disease in plants or mention any four viral disease in plants. If it is just to take all these viral disease of plants and mention any four, right? According to the question, the type of question, you got to answer, right? The next, viral disease in animal. In animal, you can say there are mainly two diseases. One is a foot mouth disease. One is foot mouth disease. Foot mouth disease of cattle. So, foot mouth disease of cattle, you can see. The second one, rabies. Rabies disease that you can see. And third one, encephalomyelitis. It is very interesting disease. Encephalomyelitis. It is one of the disease of horse, right? It is a viral disease, and you can see in the animal, right? First one, foot mouth disease. That means this mouth and foot and mouth of cattle are affected. The wounding part that you can see in the mouth of some cattle. And rabies. So rabies disease is a transmitter by the presence of virus particle from one organism to another organism, like biting. Through biting, this disease is a transmitter, right? Encephalomyelitis of a horse. It is a viral disease. It is particularly affected horse. Next we pass on to human disease. What are the viral disease in human? Which is a very interesting one. There are so many diseases in human. which are very interestingly we can discuss. The first one, common cold. The first disease, it's a common cold. Common cold, it's a viral disease, viral infection of human, you can say, cold disease. You know very well the symptoms of cold. The next one, cancer. Cancer, it is of several types. Skin cancer, blood cancer, so many types. Cancer, you know very well, right? It's uncurable disease. And third one, hepatitis B virus. Hepatitis. Hepatitis B that causes skin disease, right? Tumor. Tumor is caused by hepatitis B virus. It also leads to death of organism, right? The next category is a SARS. S-A-R, SARS. That means severe acute respiratory syndrome. S stands for syndrome. So S for severe, A for acute, R for respiratory, S for syndrome. Severe acute respiratory syndrome. It's a viral disease. It is related to COVID-19, right? Right? It's like a very dangerous disease. It is curable disease, but it's curable disease. But it is similar to that of COVID-19. Right? Recently, the disease of COVID-19 has been spread out throughout the world. That we can connect, that we can compare SARS with the COVID-19. Right? But SARS is a curable disease, but COVID-19 is also curable disease, but its infectivity is very, very rapid. Right? The next one, AIDS. AIDS, it is very dangerous disease. And the next one, polio. Polio disease. Mostly, the polio disease is seen only in children, right? The newly born baby are affected by polio disease. The next disease, smallpox. The next category is chickenpox. Pox, it is of several types, right? Chickenpox, etc. And one more category I can say, measles. Measles. And the next one, mumps disease. Mumps and measles, what are the difference between measles and mumps? Actually, mumps, there is a swelling in the salivary glands of human being, right? In the salivary. In the salivary glands. The salivary glands of human being, it causes swelling, right? Suddenly, the salivary glands which is affected by virus and the swell up, right? That is the mumps disease, right? Just near the hair and just near in between hair and the nose, you can see a swelling portion. That is the mumps disease. And measles, you can see continuous fever and running nose, right? Continuously running nose and etc. Right? It is also due to, it is called in Tamil, Kattamai, right? Due to that, you can see the fever, continuous fever. The next one more category, that is a chikungunya, right? Which is also very familiar disease. Chikungunya. Chikungunya disease, it is originated in 2004, right? And spread out all over the world, right? It is recently originated disease, chickenpox. This is simply a viral disease I repeat once again, viral disease are categorized into three types. The first type is a viral disease in plant, and second is a viral disease in animal, and third one viral disease in human being. Let me take viral disease in plants. Just I'd like to review, right? My dear students, it's time for revision, right? Please, it's time for review. Just listen. When the plant disease or tobacco mosaic virus, it is caused by tobacco mosaic virus disease and cauliflower mosaic disease and sugarcane mosaic disease, cucumber mosaic disease, tomato mosaic disease, next bunch of banana, lady's finger you can say wine glary disease, and papaya you can say leaf curl disease, right? These are all the plant disease which are caused by virus. Talking about animal disease, then we can say foot and mouth disease. The next one, rabies. You know very well rabies. Next, the last category is encephalomycelitis, right? It is affected by horse, right? Talking about a human disease, which are very few, called cancer, hepatitis B, SARS, AIDS, polio disease, pox, chicken pox, measles, and mumps. And one more category, chikungunya. These are the viral disease, right? So far we have discussed some units of virus, right? We have discussed a simple topic today. Today we discussed simple topic. Just we can say Prion and Virusod. We have discussed a simple topic. The first category, Prion. In the second category, Viroid that we discussed. And third one that we discussed, the virusoids. Both Viroid and virusoids are similar, but slightly modification because the virusoid possesses a higher concentration. Its molecular weight is very high, right? And Prion was first discovered by Stanley Brewster in the year of 1982. It causes, there are two main diseases. They are a bovine spongiform disease, BSC, and CJD disease, and viral disease, right? It's time for interaction, students. This is about virus particle, right? If you have any doubt, please ask. Before that, just I'd like to give some questions, right? Some questions I'd like to give, just take down. After making this assignment, try to send it to your respective subject teacher, right? The first question is, define Virion. The second one, what is Viroid? And third one, write a note on Virusod. Write a note on Virusod. The next one, define Prion. The next one, write down some important viral disease. Write down any four. Viral disease in plants. Viral disease in plant. And as it is right on any for important viral disease in human being. So this is an assignment work. Please take all the question and try to make it and send you the subject, right? It's time for interaction, students. Are you ready to answer? Last few minutes, it's going to be very interesting for interaction, right? Students, please type down all the question and try to make it easy, right? Students, okay, will you mention the viral disease in plants? Anyone? Right. Thank you for joining. So far we have discussed the virus particle. They are Virion, Viroid, Virusod, Prion, right?